I really like and enjoy the fact of when you become kind of have at least a decent mastery of something, you forget that it's there. You know that you need to cut to this certain depth and you do it. What I really enjoy about sculpture is it allows you to keep, you can never be a master of all the tools. Once you kind of learn something and some tool or some process, that there's another tool to learn, or there's another technique on that tool you can learn. For me, is why would you kind of want to know everything? Because it seems like things would get quite boring. So it's always this kind of compelling and compulsion to kind of keep going, keep learning some tools, so that actually it can do more things for you, but it becomes more kind of second nature. I try to use an object to stand in for nature. Lately, whether it be a log, a branch, or some stone, and use this as kind of a stand-in for nature as a whole. The log, I think, refers back to more of a flora and fauna, where the stone seems to be this kind of metaphor for earth and land. I'm interested in having that as an object. And then I've used some different ways to use, to kind of realize the artificial nature or kind of contemporary society. And I first started off with adding casters to things, putting casters on branches. And I like this idea that as soon as you stuck a wheel on something, it could move, even though it probably was best that it didn't move. And this kind of fake notion of utility. The viewer response for these pieces has been kind of pretty good, actually. I get a good response from it. And there's always a notion of humor in these pieces. I mean, when you see a branch on wheels, it's pretty goofy. Or you see a shovel that's got a big tree branch sticking out of it. There's this kind of surrealist objectness to them that at one time is pretty, has a distinct humor to it. And whenever you lead into something with humor as opposed to seriousness, I think people are much more acceptable to thinking, as opposed to, just the argument that we're killing the earth and so forth. People get really defensive, but if you go to a viewer and have them kind of chuckling or see it as kind of through laughter, I think people are a lot more receptive to think and stay with what they're looking at. I always question whether the viewers just sees it purely as a humor, kind of cartoonish form, and doesn't kind of get maybe the dark, serious undertones. I've always thought they have this kind of really dark humor, especially the ones with on wheels, where a branch, this thing that's always stable, though when it blows in the wind, is on these big, colorful, cartoony wheels. It seems really sad to me. It is funny, kind of a goofy look, but it is sad.